Slings have become a tier 2 staple in my rotation, differentiating between a body carry, which is tier 1, and something like a waistband, my pockets, my belt, etc., or a pouch or a bag, which is tier 2. And then tier 3 is shit that's like a backpack or something that's like in the back of my truck, something like that. Breaking down my top 5 sling bags for durability, organization, and some of them for their CCW capabilities. These are sling bags which are 15 liters and smaller. We can do bigger sling bags in another video. So these are not going to be really capable when it comes to stuff like carrying a laptop computer, more like iPads and stuff that is in your pockets. You want to get out of your pockets. The first one here is going to be the Wingback Everyday Sling. The minimalistic aesthetic, the build quality. This is ideal used for light urban carry or as a secondary like grab and go bag. The pros, this is 100% handmade out of Scottish wax cotton that patinas very, very nicely over time. It is ultra clean, very, very minimalistic exterior, CNC machined metal for the zipper pulls and for the actual sling itself, for the metal on here. And it's extremely lightweight. It's less than 10 ounces, compact profile, so very low vis carry. I like to carry this particular sling on date nights, on days when I'm wearing something a little bit more not as casual. I'm not really wearing Vertex trousers or, you know, some jeans. I'm kind of wearing something with me and Mrs. X are kind of going out on the night or on the town or whatever, but I still want to sling for the stuff that we have. But I do have cons about this. The cons are the 2.5 liter capacity are literally 2.5 liters. There is no like stretching it. There is no like, oh, they were just kidding. It very does, they mean it. Okay, the way that also the organization of their pockets are sometimes a little bit limiting. So I'm just going to show you example loadouts in all these sling bags. All this stuff down below is linked up as well. They're probably affiliate links, and none of these bags are sponsored today's video. But we do have, you know, like a multi-tool, some nail clippers, a flashlight, of course, some pins and stuff like that. All of them right here ready to go. It has a zippered pocket behind it, which you can throw some stuff in if you really want to, you know. So the case for one of my pins is back there, and it does fold back onto itself, and you can access this other side. You can actually access this pocket by kind of flapping it open while you're wearing the bag. And inside of here, there's 2 more slip pockets, and you know, you can throw whatever you kind of see fit inside of there. I got business cards, a lighter, a cigar cutter, field notes. These actually will fit a passport if you wanted to throw those in here. And then there's just a big empty area in front of it. And you can separate the shoulder strap easily with these little halo rings on the back of it if you want to take it off and turn this strictly into a pouch instead of a sling. And but I will say another con is that, speaking of the shoulder strap, it's sold separately from the actual sling itself. And I get it. Maybe you want to buy this and treat it as a sling, or just treat it as a grab and go bag and set it on your table when you get to your destination. But it is sold separately. And the price of this is a little pricey. It is handmade. It's made in the UK, but it can be pricey. Very nice snap buckle on this thing. And so that works really well. You just have to think about that. And then it's oftentimes sold out because these things are very popular. Mine has brass zipper pulls on these YKK zippers. I think you can get it with steel zipper pulls, maybe even copper. Very well made, very subtle branding. This is just a very nice everyday sling. We really got to dive deep into the Nutsack sling bag. This is the OG that I've had for a very long time. So popular for them, they've made it in different colorways. The DNA of this is just high quality American craftsmanship. It's made in America. Doesn't look out of place in a business environment. Maybe date night, maybe so, but a business environment next to your desk or something like that, it's not that big of a deal. It does have internal MOLLE, so you can organize whatever you want to inside. You can buy some of their pouches and attach them via MOLLE if you want to. And it has full grain leather, you know, accents, full grain leather for the zipper pulls. So for very, very clean, just very looks to it. Even full grain leather on the sling part itself, the shoulder strap itself. Even all these little subtle details are very good. You can wear this on either side. So if you want to wear it over your right shoulder, your left shoulder, you can do that. They also have a backpack accessory, so you can wear this like literally over your shoulders yourself. You see that the shoulder strap is color matching. They have, if you don't like this one particularly, they have one that's called the Morale Sling, which gives you a little bit of hook and loop here, and you can put REs on it. They got the Sling Plus, which we'll probably talk about in a future video, which is just a big boy version of this. This can fit like an 11-inch iPad, but it's very, very cool. So, of course, you got that organized MOLLE. You can get your flashlight out of your pocket. Maybe you want to put a small multi-tool, a Zippo, you know, a little holder for your keys. That might be something you want. It has an inside slip pocket in here, which is going to be good for notes or whatever. And then it has this front pocket, which I often keep empty or only keep like maybe dude wipes in it. I have a charger in here. This is where I normally keep it empty. So if I want to dump my pockets, if I want to dump my cell phone, I dump it in this front pocket. It has 4 zippers on the main area itself, so that while you're wearing this bag, you can open up a bottom zipper and you can peek inside and grab something out of the bag that you may need. I don't really use it for grabbing stuff out of the bag. What I really use it for is throwing something quickly in the bag. Some of my pros, I like that it's made in America. The internal MOLLE can be restricting. If you like that, that's a pro. But let's just talk about cons, because just as like that internal MOLLE can be great for you to do your own organization, that's kind of all you got in there. There's no inside pockets except for this one, and it does you know, it doesn't really have a secure area for your passports or for a wallet, and so that's something that you're going to have to think about. And the higher price point, it's over 150 bucks. If you were to look at some of their synthetic commuter slings competitors, those are going to be way cheaper, from the Alpacas of the world, from the Orbikis of the world, or even from one of their competitors that I have here, which is Tomtoc. You know, if they had a similarly sized one, it would be less expensive. But speaking of that, we do have the Wanderer by Tomtoc. I like this a lot. This is definitely designed for travel. This is the Wanderer T26. I think they make a bigger version, which is like a T54 or something like that. This is made of Axe Pack material. The first two made of like a wax canvas. This is the first one with a different type of material. I really like this one for travel. You got this big slip pocket in the back, where I normally throw boarding passes, cell phones, like the receipt for check luggage and stuff like that. That goes back there. The very front pocket is oftentimes where I keep headphones. This is where I keep dude wipes. This is where I might throw a cell phone. This is a key leash. I will oftentimes, while traveling, definitely throw my keys on this key leash and keep it in here the entire trip, so I won't lose the keys to my truck while I'm traveling. It has 2 slip pockets in there as well. And this is a 5.5 liter bag, which it definitely wears like a 5.5 liter. Nice and big. Nice for you to be able to put whatever you want to inside of here. It has a really good price to performance. Okay, so the price for this, for as much room as you're getting, you can tell it's a made overseas bag because of what you're getting out of this. Very ergonomical sliding strap. This thing here, padded, so when you wear it, it kind of just stays put. Some pros. I do like the 5.5 liter capacity. You're gonna get the zipper pocket in here, big dump area in the middle. You get some slip pockets back here. You see it's big enough for a passport back here. That's a good thing. Maybe you want to put some tools behind it. And then even behind it, you have another hidden pocket if you wanted to throw something in there. So this could definitely fit a small tablet, like an iPad mini. It can fit like your video game controller or a Nintendo Switch. This is a good size for that. The cons, although these straps are really good, they can get a little noisy when you start to walk. When you're static, obviously it doesn't make any noise, but when you start to walk, these straps can get a little noisy. The larger footprint can feel bulky, especially if you have a smaller frame. So my wife being 5'3", this is not best suited for her. Me being 6'2", this thing works great for me. And there's not really a dedicated hook and loop lining for like CCW compartments. I could make CCW work in this nutsack bag. I could even make CCW work in that wingback if I kind of just left it in the middle. This one here, not so much. So, but you know, this is really more slated for travel. That's what I primarily use it for. I love it. It's fantastic when it comes to stuff like that. We also need to really take a look at the Vanquest. This is the Varg Large. I just did a review on this bag. It just recently released. And this is kind of like a tank. but I really like using it as a pouch. Okay, it does have a sling functionality, but we'll talk about it. Heavy duty for like extended day trips. I'm gonna say it's gonna be good for that. It's using like this urban blend fabric, gives a low profile aesthetic, and maintaining extreme abrasive material, so it's going to be really good at rubbing against woods and tree branches and stuff like that. The L indicates this is the large version of the Varg, and so it is fully lined main compartment, meaning that you can use it for, you know, hook and loop holsters. It's going to be good for CCW. It also has a nice snap buckle in the front. So the CCW compartment is back here with magnets. You can throw it in here. So if you have a holster with a loop line, you can put it in here and have access to your weapon. Then the main compartment itself is just a peak compartment. You're not going to full clamshell it, but enough room for like an iPad mini. This kind of represents an iPad mini 6. So you can put like an iPad in here. It's going to fit just fine. And it has just a couple pockets here and there. So a key leash and a couple inside pockets. And then behind this actual latch right here, you do have, first off, this is all loop line, so you can put your REs or label whatever you want to. But behind it, it does have another interior pocket area. So if you want to put pins, flashlights, whatever, it's going to have plenty of room for you to do stuff like that. I really like to take these straps off and use this as a pouch. For the price, I think you're getting a very fair deal. And I can see this being a good seller for Vanquest in the future to come. But I got to tell you, my favorite #1 small sling has to be the Ghost Sling by Vertex. The Ghost Sling by Vertex is 10 liters. This is heavy hitter in the tactical space. Definitely designed for CCW. But it's really good when it comes to organization. But it does have some ergonomic trade-offs. Okay, first off, you got this big old just stretch pocket in the front, perfect for quickly getting your wallet or your phone out of your pocket, and you don't have to worry about this anything falling out of the front. You do have this front grab handle here, which is going to be beneficial for you to easily get it off of the ground. It's great for stuff like that. A couple of attachment points in the front here if you want to throw something on there. Then we do have a nice organized front area, which is, I primarily use this bag for the gym. So I have anything in here such as flashlight, flashbangs, a little bit of pepper gel, fixed blade knife, keys, stronger wallets or stronger flashlights, extra earbuds, hand sanitizer, just in case I was to forget any of this type of stuff at the house. And then a little bit of blank area at the bottom if I needed it. And then you do have the main opening area, which I will say this before we get in the main area, the CCW compartment is down here at the bottom. When you're wearing this in sling mode, it's designed for you to stick your hand in here and grab the weapon out the bottom. So it does work out for that. I don't really use this for off-body CCW, so I use that as a storage area for some of my microfiber cloths that I use at the gym. Has a luggage pass-through, so you can kind of carry it like this. And this is the only one of all the ones I just showed you, which is designed to have armor with it, which mine does have body armor inside. So the main compartment itself does have a full clamshell opening and big enough for an iPad. 11 is kind of represents that with this here. Then you do have a little bit of loop panel up here if you wanted to throw stuff in here along with another zipper. And then behind that is an area where you would actually put the iPad. You got a loop panel in here if you want to put more attachment points. Great bag. The things that you're going to be compromising on is when you're wearing this, it does move a little bit once you get to faster speeds. If you're just walking, it's not that big of a deal. Oftentimes wear this one while I'm on a bike. When I'm on a bike, the bag shifts a lot. So you are giving up ergonomics a little bit. I think the ergonomics are a little bit better on something like the Nutsack, right? So the Nutsack can do almost everything that this Ghost Sling can do, but I think that the shoulder strap on the Nutsack is significantly better, almost to the point where if I was able to detach the sling bag, the sling Ghost, I would probably try to attach it. You're gonna kind of see my other con when it comes to this. This is a sling bag. There is no detaching this and deciding you're gonna carry it or whatever. This is how you have to carry it. Now you can try to do some MacGyver stuff and unlatch it from here and stick it in there. But this is truly a sling bag. A lot of these other ones are kind of more versatile because you can detach the sling. That's kind of like my only con when it comes to that. But these are my top 5 go-to sling bags right now. We're going to do a list for the larger slings. We're going to do a list for the fanny pack type stuff that you're going to get from places like Everly Stock and Vertex and Orbit Key. So make sure you stay subscribed so you can get a list of like my top 5 in different categories. First time stopping by, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, well, thank you once again for watching me run my grape. Everyone else, we'll speak soon.